and welcome to my channel. I'm Meena. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you are doing well. So let's talk about Sybil today because we have been seeing the issue and some of the projects are raising concern. Now, why Sybil is important and what is Sybil? Sybil is when we are creating fake profiles, multiple identities for the same person or same persona. So when we are farming tokens, there are a lot of time people are farming with more than one wallet. Most of the projects are fine even if you are farming with 2 or 3 wallets. Sometimes they're fine up to 5 wallets, but mostly the sweet spot is like you can do it with 2 or 3 wallets. So for example, YouTubers, they have to create a video, so they have one main wallet that they do it for themselves, and then they have one demo wallet where they create videos to show how to do step by step. So it makes sense that you can have 2 wallets to do the same kind of task. Now, it is not very common for anybody to go and do the same kind of task with 10, 20, or 50 wallets. Initially, I used to think that nobody is going to go do that. Maybe only very handful people will go with something above 5 wallets. But even in my group, I have started seeing and people have been coming to me and asking, like, I did not get this airdrop because you mentioned that, oh, go claim your airdrop. I did not get it. And then when I started asking back and forth question, I realized that people are using more than 5 or 6 wallets. Sometimes they are even using 20 wallets. I don't encourage it because I think it's fine that you want to do with 20 wallets if you have that much time, but I personally do not have that much time, and I can think that if you are going to do airdrop farming, it's maybe better to hit a lot of different airdrops because you don't know which one will hit and when. So maybe if you have time, just hit a lot of them and maybe 1 or 2 will be worth it. Yes, it might hurt you thinking that, okay, for example, Sync later on come out and they have a very good reward system. And you will think, oh, maybe I should have farmed it with 20 wallets. Yes, but also in the meantime, you could have interacted with like 50 other projects and maybe those are equally worth it. Now, keeping all things aside, even if you are farming with 2 or 3 wallets, then there are a few things that you have to keep in mind. First of all, when you are setting it up, I think the best way is to create a separate Chrome profile. So for example, I have this my Meena profile and I have a MetaMask here on the Chrome. And then if you want to go ahead with 2 other profiles, you can create 2 more accounts on Chrome and then add MetaMask there. You know, you can add multiple wallets on the same MetaMask, but if you create multiple Chrome profile, it will be much easier for you to track. I personally like this way if I'm going to do it 2 wallets, and that's usually the most I do, 2 wallets, nothing more than that. So now you have 2 profiles, 3 profiles, and you have 1 MetaMask for each of those profiles. Then you can go ahead and fund those MetaMask. Now, the first and most important step is when you are funding. So these are a brand new accounts. There is no interaction. There is no gas fee in them. Fund them from a centralized exchange. So whatever you want to fund, you can come to the CoinGecko, click on the currency and see what exchange they are on. And if you have your account on that exchange, go ahead and fund your wallet through the exchange. Now, if you are going to do it for multiple wallets, better way is to put a gap between those transfers. So if you are transferring from Binance, even though it's a hot wallet, maybe you don't want to fund all of them every single time in like same go. So $10 in wallet 1, $10 in wallet 2, $10 in wallet 3, every single time you're funding 3 accounts at the same time, because it will become like a pattern. And I think it can be identified that these 3 or 4 wallets or 5 wallets are like very similar in nature. So give a gap, maybe fund them separately, do a different amount in each wallet. The next point is do not interact between all these wallets. Every time you are short of fund, you have to put them from the exchange. Or if you are going to farm layer 2s, then make sure you are using native bridge. So this is just an airdrop strategy. Native bridge is where you are bridging from Ethereum. Now, Ethereum fees are very high. So yes, you cannot even claim anything in $10 because the gas fee itself is around $40, $50, or $60, depending on the time of the day you are bridging. So keep in mind, it's going to be very expensive. But if you are set up this way, just forget that wallet never needs to even interact with each other, even on the testnet. So for example, if you're going to a faucet and you just got something on your one wallet, now you try to do with a second wallet, just because they track your IPs and sometimes you cannot get the token. Sometimes it's easier to just think, okay, it's just a testnet, let me just transfer it over to the other wallet. Just don't do it. Wait for some time. Usually it's 12 or 24 hours to get another faucet. So you can go ahead and wait that much. So yes, and as you can see, like the more wallet you hold, the more complicated it gets. You can change your VPN and connect to a different country and maybe go ahead this way. But it's very complicated to go more than 4 or 5 wallets. This has become the full-time job and you're continuously thinking about it. And also recently, Parcel came up and they said that they are actually tracking IPs. So if you are using the website, it is very, very possible all these projects are using IP detection. And they can see that if you are farming with 20 wallets, all of them have the same IP address every time it interacts. And they are going to penalize people for doing that. And same thing for the referral system. So they're saying like if a lot of time what happened is that you use one link to log in, create a referral, don't do anything on the main one, and just start doing using the referrals for the second and third account, and just start doing stuff on the second and the third account, and just keep farming the referral points. Now, for somebody who's tracking your IP, they can very clearly see what you're doing. So I don't think it's worth it. So don't do it. Projects have started doing that. The other thing to avoid Sybil is to keep 0.005 Ethereum on the main Ethereum wallet. And also, like if you're farming layer 2 or whatever project you're on, at least same amount of it on that chain as well. Again, it is very important that you not use the interaction between the wallets. There are tasks where you have to increase your transaction volume or just your transaction and a number of transactions. So what you can do. One of the easy way a lot of people are doing is transferring between the wallets. As we discussed, this is a no-no because you will be targeted as Sybil if you're interacting between the wallets. So the better way is to do swaps. You are going to pay the swap fee, and sometimes it can be around a few cents to $1, but that's the cost. You don't have to do 20 or 30 swaps. And also if you're doing swaps between USDC and USDT, like stable coin, sometimes some projects also void that. They do not count those volumes. So try to be a little bit randomized. Don't do 100 or 50 transactions or swaps between stable coins every day on all the wallets, because it's easy to track. And also don't just try to swap between the same assets. So for example, one day you're swapping between Solana and USDC, next day you can swap between Solana and Tether or whatever. So keep it a little bit random. Yes, it will cost, but that's the cost of doing the airdrop. If you do not like it, maybe you don't have to do 100 of them. You can just do 1 transaction or 2 transactions or whatever you're comfortable with. So these are the things you have to keep in mind, and also keep yourself organized. Like if you are putting the liquidity in some of the protocols, it is very easy to forget because you are going to use multiple chains. You will forget what amount you have put in the liquidity pools, or if you have opened a leverage trade on some of these projects, write it down, keep an Excel, keep a track, and when you're done with the task, remove it. Or if you're waiting for the gas fee to come down, it's very important that you keep that in your mind so you don't forget. This is not necessary Sybil, but this is something that has happened to me in the past, because you can forget when you have like 15 or 20 tabs open on your Chrome. And if you're going to use or abuse referral system, they might be checked. So all your work can go to drain if you don't follow their rules and regulations. So please do not try to cheat the system for referral points. It's not worth your time. You're spending way too much time and way much too efforts on gas and everything else. So don't do that. Anyhow, this is a video that I hope you will like. If you have any question, if you have any other suggestion that you are doing, please let me know in the comments, and I will see you soon. Happy investing.